Hey ABC, it's Greeno. Going to do another update and VCLT. We're going to do it all at once here. Yesterday came in the mail, totally unexpected package from Aaron, Metal Theologian. Thanks, dude. You didn't have to send anything else, but totally appreciate it. And for once, going to open something live. I did my best to wait, so here we go. Feels like cassettes again. Those the last package Aaron sent was Baphomet Blood, a demo. Yeah, looks like more cassettes. We got 4. Ah, right on. I see one on top. He's open real quick. Alright, Aaron's been like ODing on death metal and black metal, whatever. I don't really know the difference, but more extreme stuff. And he posts stuff on Facebook and all that, and I see him, and you know, I don't know anything about that stuff. But he was telling me about this band, Heretic. And I know the mood he's in. And I'm like, okay, yeah. Whatever, dude, that's cool. And then he's like, you gotta check them out. Pretty sure if you don't like these guys, I'll eat my hat. And I was like, alright, I'll check them out. And freaking loved it. It's just over the top. You know, satanic lyrics and all that, but it's not full on death metal or anything like that. There's no growling, grunting, screeching, whatever. So this is Heretic, Gods Over Humans. And he sent me a link to a video for a couple tracks off this, and it was great, man. Thank you very much, dude. And we were talking, he's like, man, I'd like to find this on vinyl, and I think he's on the hunt too. But having it on cassette, I was actually thinking about just, you know, going out and see if I can find it on cassette or CD or whatever, and you beat me to it. So thanks, dude. Totally appreciate it. And see, I checked out a few things by these guys, and it seems to be this is the one, the coolest one. Like I checked out some new stuff, and actually Aaron even mentioned it when we were talking. And it was just they've changed a lot, kind of a cheesy. I don't even know what the hell they are now, like a cheesy, misfitsy, I don't know, whatever. But this is killer, just totally over the top. Oh, and more Heretic. Is it all? 3 Heretic. Black Metal Holocaust. And like I say, I can't remember which ones I've checked out. But I seem to really latch onto this one first. When he sent me the link. So I know I'm going to dig this, and I'll definitely check these other ones out. Right on, dude. And this is Devil Worshipper, Heretic. Very cool. My cassette collection is growing thanks to Aaron. And Whiskey Drenched 4-track Attack. KVM, I guess is what it is. No idea on this. But Aaron knows me. Have a feeling it might be kind of in the Heretic vein. I'm sure he's not going to send me anything too crazy, black metal, death metal, whatever. But thanks, dude. Totally appreciate that. And I totally dug that band after you sent it to me. You know how it is. I'm sure I've mentioned something and you're like, okay, man, whatever, I'll check it out. I was kind of the same way when you sent that link, and I was like, alright, whatever, I'll check it out. Wow, this is really cool. So I was definitely wanting to get some stuff by those dudes, and still want to try and find the vinyl on the one. So again, thanks, man. And everybody knows the Metal Theologian, you know, by now. If you're watching my channel, you know his channel. But definitely check him out if by chance you haven't. All right, we'll jump into some vinyl here real quick. Okay, there's some metal in here and just some miscellaneous stuff. It's stuff I didn't show in the last update or two, so it's actually a good little stack, but we'll get through it here real quick. What was just listening to, and it just stopped. It's only a 6-track EP, I believe. Yep, 6 tracks. And it's a Attack. And these guys were out of Canada, I believe. And this is Killer from '89. Really good. Just kind of US-based metal sounding kind of thing. It's not hair metal in any way. It's just kind of a power metal, 80s power metal kind of a sound. Really dug this. This popped up, and I still need to research this a little bit. It came out on a Japanese label, which originally it did, and I'm not sure if this is original or not yet. I believe it may be, but it may be a reissue bootleg kind of thing. Again, I need to check it out. I'm not really sure on that one. Either way, I'm happy as hell to have it. It sounds fantastic. It's a great pressing, and it's an album, just an EP, whatever, that just you don't see. So I was happy to grab it. It popped up online. Just stuff pulled out to spin. Speed Metal Hell. And this was on No Renaissance. Here's the label. It's come out in '85. And this is one of these really cool 80s compilations of just underground bands. Bands that, went on to have, a couple bands went on to have pretty good careers with Savage Grace and Artillery. But then you have Battle Brat, Executioner, Whiplash, At War. Probably everybody watching those At War. Medieval, Shining Blade, Attila. But a very cool comp. Come on, get in there. Next, I don't believe I showed this when I first got it. It's a Metallica bootleg, Fade to Black. It's live at the Playhouse Theater, Winnipeg, December 13th, 1986. It's an FM broadcast. And again, I've been showing some of this stuff. There's a lot of FM broadcasts being pressed to vinyl and reissued now. As far as how far, is it full on legit? I don't know. I don't know if there's some kind of legal thing with the age on these old shows that were broadcast, and they can be released now without the band, officially okie dokie in it or what. But this sounds pretty good. 2 LP set, and it's from the Master of Puppets tour. Pretty killer. Next, I had a couple test pressings sitting around in the Just In piles that I needed to kind of get together, and finally did that. And by get together, I mean I wanted to make like a little, well, I'll show you. It's Toxic Shock, Welcome Home, Near Dark test pressing. Hopefully you can see the label. But what I wanted to do was, just print up something to go with it, because it didn't come with a cover or anything. Again, these are just test pressing, and this is on Nuclear Blast number 027. And again, I just wanted to print out something to go with it since it didn't have a cover. But sounds really cool. And actually, I don't have a regular pressing of this album, so it's just cool to have the test pressing. And the other one is Titan, Mind Over Metal. And here's the vinyl. There's nothing on either label, but here's the cover and the song listings of tracks. And I do have an original of this regular pressing, and this one took me a while to figure out because there's nothing on it, and it just came in this sleeve, and I got it all. Excuse me. I bought it off a friend, and we couldn't figure it out. What the hell it was, and it took us, I don't know, a couple years finally, before we figured out what the freaking album was. Probably about the time, yeah, we picked up a copy of the Titan. I think I got that off him also. But we would play that thing for, people stop by, like, man, do you know what this is? And nobody knew. Next, got a reissue of Candlemass, Epicus, Doomicus, Metallicus, if I can get that out. Really nice reissue. And to be honest, I'd never heard this album. Just bits and pieces of it. I'd never sit down and listen to the whole thing until just the other day on this reissue. And I'm way behind on this band. But killer album. Really dug this. And actually need to give it some more spins. I'm not ready to put it on the shelf yet. But I figured I'd go ahead and show it. Then some miscellaneous stuff. Some heavy 70s. Brown Acid. The Third Trip. And this is on the Riding Easy label. They've been putting out these compilations of just, excuse me, rare, obscure 70s hard rock singles, demos, whatever. And here's the label. This one's the best one so far, I think. Just some killer tracks on this one. Basically Volume 3. Volume 4 is getting ready to come out. April, I believe. So excited for that. I've dug all of these, but again, like I said, this is the best one so far. The only thing I kind of don't like about these is they don't give a lot of information about the bands. There's no kind of insert or anything. If you go onto the website, they have a little bit of information on each track, each band. But I wish they would just, put that on an insert and put it with the record. Next, picked this up last year while I was in Louisville, Kentucky. Blood Ceremony, the Eldritch Dark. Everybody was talking about this band for a while, and I guess kind of on this album. I think they had an album before this one, and I know they got one after. But pretty cool. Kind of that dark occult rock kind of thing. In the vein of The Oath or the new band Lucifer and all that. Killer gatefold, female singer. Hopefully glare isn't too bad. But I dug this, definitely. And again, that's one that needs some more spins also. Come on. Alright, next I've mentioned these also. I've been picking them up as they come out. They're a little pricey, but I really dig them, and I want to grab them, as they do them. Certain years. I'm not going too much past about this one. And this is 1982, live in Leeds, Rolling Stones. And the series is From the Vault. And they're pretty cool, man. Like, most of them are 3 LP sets, and they come with a DVD, usually of the same show. So, and they all sound, really good, nice recordings. Again, they're a little pricey, but there's not a million of them. There's like, I think I have 4 or 5 now, and there might be 6, 7, but there's a couple, up around in the 90s. I'm not worried about. This is probably the newest one I'll get. Anything from the 70s or 60s they release, I'll grab. They also did one, is it the Checker Lounge? I can't remember the name of the place, but it's a Muddy Waters show, and the Stones get up and play also in like a little lounge bar kind of thing. It's very cool. Comes with a DVD, and I think it's like a 2 LP set on that one. And like I said, just what's been spinning. This one's Jerry Reed, Coco Joe. And yep, got this beauty for a quarter. But I dig Jerry Reed. Killer guitar player. Writes really cool songs. He tells those stories, within his songs usually. This isn't one of his better albums, but, for a quarter, grabbed it. Reissue of Soul, What It Is. And, again, picking up some soul, funk, soul jazz, whatever. And this is on Beat Goes Public, the reissue. And soul stands for Sounds of Unity and Love. And this is actually a live show, but very cool. They were Cleveland, Ohio is where they were from. They won some kind of contest, back in the late 60s or whatever, and ended up, being able to record. And to be honest, I'm not sure how many albums they did, or how many albums they released, but this is pretty killer. I really, really dug this. Some blues. Howlin' Wolf, Blues from Hell. And this is on Not Now, reissue on Not Now Records. It's just basically a compilation of Howlin' Wolf stuff. And if you dig the blues, even if you don't dig the blues, you've never checked out Howlin' Wolf, man, you need to. Howlin' Wolf's just amazing. Guy's got a crazy voice. Nobody sung like this dude. Actually, first couple times I heard him, it was like, ooh, that dude's, I don't know if I can take that guy's voice. But man, it doesn't take long to click, and it's fucking perfect, man. He's a great blues singer. Just killer music, man. Chicago blues. Another FM broadcast. The Go-Go's, Let's Have a Party. And this was August 31st, 1981 in New Jersey. And this is freaking great, man. The Go-Go's were that poppy 80s, early 80s stuff. But, they kind of come out of that punk scene. And, this is early on, and they do have a little bit of that, punk attitude in the music here. And this was just a fun-ass listen. Really cool band. And I even like the poppy stuff, the regular albums, Vacation and all that. Really killer. And I can't remember if I've shown this, but the Chains, On Top of Things. I think I have shown this. Garagey, power pop. Just a freaking great listen, man. This was a killer album. It's on Get Hip, the label out of Pennsylvania, up near Pittsburgh, which, specializes in the garagey kind of stuff. So that's it. Want to do a real quick update. What's been spinning and VCLT. Thanks again, Aaron. Killer, man. Wasn't expecting another package, especially so quick, man. And you hit it with the Heretic. Honestly, dude, I've been kind of looking around. It was like, man, I want to get that one, especially that one album. I'm hoping the other two are as good. We'll find out. So, all right, that's it, VC. Guess I'll see you in the next video. Hope everybody's doing well. Later.